Hello, my name is Juan Carlos Ibarra Gaspar, and in this video number two, we're going to be talking about topics that we saw throughout this week. Well, starting off, we have administration, and this can be defined as a social process and or a technique that involves a set of functions that is to obtain, well, you can say highly efficient results. Uh, that constant improvement is the main, you can say, objective of the administration. It is very important tool since, as a social science, it also provides us with many ways to improve our lives in general. With administration, well, we have financial administration, we have business management, process management, and then human resources administration. Uh, Basically, since what we have been learning since, you could say, like our first year, um, when it comes to administration, the universal functions is planning, organization, uh, direction, and control. We have learned that since like for the first class. Um, then when it comes to business, business is defined as, you can say, an organization or uh, enterprising, kind of like an entity that is engaged in some way of a commercial or like industrial or professional activity. Uh, Business activities can be classified into two categories, and this is industry and commerce. First of all, the industry, the sector, the raw material gets transformed into beneficial products, and it's called an industry. From that industry, then we have subsections, which is the primary industry, the secondary industry, and the tertiary industry. Uh, then when we have commerce, or the second classification, commerce, generally relates to the exchange of goods and services or something of value between entities. And from that we have trades, and then we have the aspect of aids to trade. From this we have then management. It is the, you can say, the activity of organizing, advising, leading, and controlling an organization or a group of one or maybe more individuals with the purpose of achieving a goal. Then we have the organization. This refers to a collection of people who are involved in pursuing, well, I guess you could say like their defined objective. It can be understood as a social system which comprises all formal human relationships. Well, not going into the one of the biggest, I guess, topics that we kind of like talked about and learned was management versus administration. Uh, well, management, like I said before, is kind of defined as an act of managing people um, and their work for achieving a common goal by using the organization's resources. It creates an environment under which the manager and his subordinates can work together. Uh, when it comes to the administration, it's more of a systematic process of, you could say, administering the management of a business organization, or maybe like an educational institution like a school or a college. It could also be more of a, I guess, a government entity or a non-profit organization. Now, going into HR or human resources, well, this is defined as, I guess, like a division of business that is charged with finding, uh, screening, recruiting, training for the job applicants, as well as, like, I guess, like administering the employee benefit programs. Uh, well, like I said, they're in charge of recruiting, hiring, all that stuff. Now going a little bit deeper into maybe human resource management, I guess the little management or HRM. You can say it's more of a comprehensive approach to managing employees and the organization's culture and environment. Uh, I feel like this mainly focuses on the maybe recruitment, management, and maybe general direction of people who work in the organization. Some of their biggest responsibilities is, well, managing the company staff, um, maybe determining suitable salaries and remuneration, which I think is one of the hardest things to do because you don't want to pay people too little for their work. And you don't want to pay them way too much because then maybe, the company could be maybe in a financial situation. Now going into, I guess, quality management. Well, quality management is the act of looking after all activities and tasks that need to be completed for a high level of excellence, you could say. I guess, like the name says, it's based on quality. When we talk about that, I guess quality it's a really important aspect when it comes to, I guess, like the service or the product, anything. It's the I guess the factor that it comes down to. Maybe some people maybe purchasing a a product or going for service, um, and this is where quality management comes into. Um, Maybe some of the objectives of quality management can be customer satisfaction, customer recommendations, lower level of marketing costs. It maybe increase the customer loyalty. Uh, when we talk about quality management, well, principles of one of the things that we're studying is the international standards for quality management that they adopt. And we have the certifications that we have been learning, I guess, also throughout our or school time. And we have the ISO 9001, which is basically like the international standard that specifies requirements for a quality management system. We have the ISO uh, 14001, which is more of an environmental management system that an organization can use to enhance its environmental performance. Then we have the uh, 45,001, which is more of a occupational and health safety. The 27,001, which is um, a framework of policies, procedures that it includes all legal, physical, and I guess technical controls. There are several benefits to quality management. Uh, the system helps leadership, promotes a customer-led business, improves the company culture. The bottom line, it's a great aspect, honestly.